Hi everyone, today I am going to be running through my best and worst product selections from Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Charlotte Tilbury brand. Some of the products I think are divine. Yes, it's a luxury brand, so you are paying for that luxury, but I would buy some of their products time and time again, and some of them I just think are overrated, overhyped, and overpriced. So we're going to go through absolutely everything today, what I feel is worth your money and what I feel you should just steer clear of if you want to save the pennies. So let's get straight on with it. If you're new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload new videos on YouTube every single week. I would love it if by the end of this video you've liked what you've watched. Come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack by clicking on that subscribe button, the like button, and also the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. So I'm going to intermingle what I perceive as the good and the bad products. I'm not going to do all the bad first and all the good second like I do in my monthly faves and fails. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. I am going to start off with a product that I think is fantastic. This has got a lot of hype surrounding this product and I honestly think it is justified. There are so many ways to use it and every single time I wear it, I get compliments on my skin and compliments on my makeup, and yeah, I just think it's out of this world. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and it's also not as pricey as I originally thought this was going to be. A lot of the Charlotte Tilbury products are like, how much? This didn't really catch me off guard like some of those other products. So I have the shade 3, but I can also get away with the shade 1 and 2. They have a little bit of give in the shades because they don't give you that much coverage, but they do give you a little bit of coverage to help perfect the skin. This is a little bit like a highlighter, but not as glowy. It's a skin perfector. It really does make the skin look stunning. So you can apply this all over the skin before you apply your foundation. You can apply this to the areas that you want to highlight after you've applied foundation, or you can apply this within your foundation to give it that little bit more radiance and to give it a little bit more life. I just think this is a really clever product. The reason I've gone for the shade 3 is for light skin tones with a warmer undertone, and sometimes I feel like my skin just needs that little bit of extra warmth. I've used this in all 3 ways. I've used this also in a tinted moisturizer. It looks stunning. Anytime I want my skin to look a little more luminous, but still want my foundation to last all day, this is the product that I add to a matte foundation. So I'll still get that longevity of the matte foundation, but it'll just look a little bit more radiant and fresh on the skin. I don't have a bad word to say about this product. It's got a doe foot applicator, which is great for applying directly to the skin. You can be really precise with this product, so sometimes I'll just apply it to the tops of my cheekbones if I want that subtle highlight, sometimes down the tip of my nose, sometimes in the center of my forehead, or I'll apply this to the back of my hand and then apply my foundation and mix it all together and then apply it to my skin. This is such an unbelievably great product. If you haven't tried it already, I highly recommend it, because this is one of those products that if you have large pores and you don't want a radiant foundation because you feel like that exaggerates the size of your pores and your texture, you can just apply this where you want to apply it and completely miss out your texture and your pores and still give your face that look of radiance, but just miss out those areas that you don't want to highlight. Love it. Some of these products I'm going to have to put an image up because I hated some of these products so much, and hate's a really strong word. I disliked some of these products so much I sent them back, and that's very unusual for me, but that is a really good part of the Charlotte Tilbury shopping experience. In the UK, if you've opened a product, generally, in the grand scheme of things, you can't then return it. With Charlotte Tilbury, if it's only minimally used, even if it's been opened, you can send it back and get a full refund, which is just, you know, hats off to the brand for putting that in place in the UK as well as all the way around the world. So I've spoken about these next items maybe a couple of times on my channel because I I did not have the best of luck. And I've heard a lot of people had the same experience. The limited few love these, but they are in the minority. These are the Matte Eyes to Mesmerise, and I really didn't like these. It was like clay in the pot, very, very hard. The consistency was unusable as far as I'm concerned. I know some people have had great success with these, but yeah, I could not get them to work. I loved the shades of these, but they just went a little patchy on my skin. And I have had advice from a couple who got great results from them, saying that, you know, you really need to warm it up on the back of your hand or between your fingertips and then press it on, or really buff it on with a brush. I just want a product that works. I don't want a product that I have to jump through hoops to get it to perform well on my skin. I just don't have the patience. I don't think these were worth the money that I paid for them initially anyway, and yeah, I definitely didn't have a great experience. So these are my number one. I really didn't like them. These belong in the bin. Luckily, I got my money back for them. But they will probably be featuring in my 2022 fails video. So you can look forward to me repeating myself in that video later on this year. Moving on to a favourite of mine, this is the Hollywood Contour Wand. I just think it is unbelievable. It is so easy to use. I don't have mine to hold up and show you because mine has gone, finished, depleted, and these are sold out worldwide. You cannot get them for love nor money, so if you find them anywhere, please do let me know, because I've been trying to get my hands on one of these for a good couple of months now and had no success. I am really hoping these aren't going to be discontinued, which is why they are out of stock. Please tell me it is not so. I haven't heard anything on the grapevine so far, so fingers crossed they will come back in stock soon. These are so lovely. Like I said, really easy to use and very beginner friendly. So if you are really new to contouring and you're wanting something that is so simple and easy to apply, it has a little sponge applicator. You just need a couple of dots to start yourself off, and then you can just buff it into the skin with really small circular motions. It buffs in effortlessly, it blends into the skin superbly, and it looks very natural. There is a slight bit of radiance to it as well, so it's extremely flattering and youthful on the skin. You can use it underneath foundation, over foundation. It works very, very well both ways. It's the one product that never fails me, so this is a definite thumbs up from me. It's one that I would say is definitely worth the funds. Okay, so this next product is in the it's not worth your money category, but I do sort of like it. So I'm sort of in between both camps here. This is the Cryo Recovery Mask, and it's well overpriced. Don't get me wrong, this is a little bit of plastic with a bit of gel in it. You put it in the freezer, it cools down, you can then put it on your skin. That's all it is, and it's expensive. It really is. But you then got it for years. You don't have to repurchase another one. So although I think this is really heavily priced, any sort of cooling device is going to depuff the skin first thing in the morning. If you do suffer with any sort of puffiness or swelling on the face first thing in the morning when you wake up or at any time during the day, these are great to prep the skin to really reduce that swelling, tighten everything up, and just prime the surface really beautifully for the application of all your other products. So yeah, I do actually like the product, and I have used it a few times, not for that purpose. You may have heard me talk once or twice about my hot flushes. I am 42, and yeah, we are entering the realm of definite perimenopause right now, and I find this so soothing and a real comfort when I am hot and bothered. So at those moments in time, I would pay a couple of £100 to cool myself off and just stop myself from becoming a beetroot red figure stood in a doorway. So they've been worth their weight in gold for me. It's in my freezer right now, otherwise I would hold it up for you. I still think this is the most expensive product for what it is. And if it was maybe £30 cheaper, I would be shouting from the rooftops, go and buy this, this is the best thing ever. But it's not. So I'm not. Although I really like it, it's way overpriced, slightly overhyped, and unless you feel like you are going to get major benefits from it, I would steer clear. Moving on to another favourite of mine, this is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. They do this in a large size that I've got, or they also do it in a mini. If you have fair skin like mine, you will have probably struggled in the past to find a bronzer that works for your skin. I also don't really like using warm tone bronzers because with me having fair skin, they make me look really, really orange. So I prefer a cooler toned bronzer or a more neutral tone bronzer. This is perfection on my skin. It looks beautiful. It is just the right shade and it's buildable, so if I want something a little punchier, I can definitely build this up, or if I want subtlety from my bronzer just to add a little bit of dimension back into my face, this does that as well. I adore it. I don't use the highlighter as often as I possibly should. It's beautiful. It's really nice. I'm just not a big highlighter fan. So I wish they sold this product separately because I would buy it time and time and time again. That being said, this is my second one. I still love it, even though I don't use the highlighter, I still think this is worth it for me. The Airbrush Flawless bronzers are a little bit too yellow for my liking, so a little bit too warm, a little bit too yellowy. I haven't found one of those that suits my skin tone. This, on the other hand, I would wear every day of the week. Next product that will not be coming anywhere near me ever again anytime soon is the Glowgasm lipstick. Now this is limited edition, so it won't be around forever anyway, but it's sort of a colour changing lipstick. I believe they only have it in one shade at the moment, which is Glittergasm. It's supposed to be quite subtle, but it's slightly gimmicky in the colour changing department. That being said, it goes like a bubblegum bright pink on me, which is not flattering, let me tell you. Ooh, it's really not nice. And it has slight glitter particles within the bullet, and they don't transfer evenly. So on one part of my lips I might have quite a lot of the glitter, and on other parts of my lips I might have none at all, which looks slightly strange. So yeah, not a big fan. This actually reminds me of, you know, when you get one of those plastic makeup bags when you were like 4 or 5 and there's plastic makeup in the plastic makeup bag that you can sort of practice with, but it doesn't do anything because it's not makeup, it's actually plastic. This looks like that, and it actually feels like that when you're trying to apply it to the lips as well. So yeah, that's what I mean by maybe my 10-year-old would like it. Maybe my 10-year-old's a little too old for this product as well. I don't know. Anyway, as you probably guessed, it's not for me. Next love, and this is a serious love. I mean, I have a major crush on this product. It is amazing. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish. It's a setting powder, it's a finishing powder. You can apply this underneath the eyes. It is so smooth, it's like silk. This glides over my pores, airbrushes out my pores, disguises my texture, sets my under eyes without drying them out. Mind blown. I have no idea how this is so good, but it so is. It really, really is. It comes in several different shades. I am the shade Fair 1, obviously, but this is practically an all-rounder. It can do practically everything that you want a finishing powder, a setting powder, an under-eye powder to achieve. And it's also in really nice packaging, so you can easily take this in your handbag and touch up on the go. I just think it is lovely and definitely worth the cash. Next product that I would say is okay, but definitely not worth the price tag. This is the Magic Away Liquid Concealer. Now, don't get me wrong, when this first came out, I was all for it. I thought it was lovely, but as time's gone on and the product has thickened slightly, I've just thought it's got worse and worse and worse. And also, since it was first launched, there has been so many other concealers that I believe are better than this, with the same sort of stretchy technology, that aren't as thick and gloopy as this, that also have a nicer way of applying it to the skin, because this has a horrible sponge applicator that gets all gunky, and because it's all gunky, you can't put the lid on properly. It gets stuck halfway down. It's just not been really well thought out, and I just don't like applying that to my skin. It's just horrific. I do know a lot of people have removed the sponge and just click it and dispense it onto the back of their hand or a palette before they apply it, but I'm just... It's just too difficult. I've actually taken off the sponge on this one to apply it that way. Yeah, I'm still not a huge fan. Like I said, I do feel like since this launched, there have been better products released, so I now use those rather than using these. This is quite a thick product. It's got great coverage. It's got a really nice satin finish to the surface of the skin, so I'm not knocking the actual product itself. It's also got that stretchy technology in it, so it shouldn't crease. But you have to be very, very careful how much of this you apply underneath the eye. It can be very difficult to get just the right amount of this to avoid all the creasing issues. At this moment in time, because it's been a while since this was released, I don't think this is worth the money anymore, especially with the horrible applicator and everything. I'm hoping they bring out an updated version of this, because at the moment I would say dodge this, but maybe if they come out with an updated version, I might be all on board again. I have no idea, but at the moment it's a no. Another favourite that I adore, and until very recently when the MAC Stack was released, this was in my top drawer constantly. It was one of my ultimate favourite mascaras of all time. It still is an amazing mascara, just because the MAC Stack for me has just overtaken it slightly. Doesn't put this down in any way, shape or form. This has such a lovely applicator which grabs every single lash. It's got really fine hairs on either side that really do grab and push the lashes up. It's so lovely for those lower lashes. If you're like me and you don't like a lot of mascara on your lower lashes, you can quite easily get the look with this wand because it's just so easy to use. Also, if you have quite short lashes and you find a really chunky, bushy brush applicator really difficult to use, because no sooner has it hit the lashes, but it's also all over your eyelid, you may want to give this one a go. I don't think it's massively expensive for what it is. This lasts me an incredibly long amount of time. The only negative that I have with this, and I have it with many of my favourite mascaras, is that this isn't waterproof, and I'm not that big a fan of waterproof mascaras anyway, but because it's not waterproof, this does transfer onto my upper lids if I get a little hot, sweaty, if I'm in a humid climate. So unless I've powdered this area up here, this does transfer on me. So yeah, if you struggle with things like that and that's a major no-no, you're not going to like this, but I love it. This gives volume, it gives length, it keeps all the lashes separated so they don't go clumpy, and what's not to like? My next fail isn't really a fail. I continue to use this. I do actually really like this product. It works and it offers great protection. My issue with this is the cost. This is the Invisible UV Flawless Poreless Primer, and it's an SPF of 50 with a PA rating of ++++. So it does offer great protection. I apply my usual sunscreen, and then this is just an added topper for my makeup to sit sit on top of, and it's a lovely primer. I think it's really nice on the skin. The other thing I like about this is that you can actually apply the correct amount without it looking ridiculous on the skin. So if you are wanting to use this as your standalone sunscreen, you can do that and get the protection and have the primer benefits as well. My problem that I have is that you're actually getting 30 mils worth of product, and yeah, it's expensive. It's really expensive, and there's nothing jaw-dropping in here that is just unbelievably good, state-of-the-art scientific ingredients in here. My ultraviolet Supreme Screen sunscreen, which is an SPF 50 plus, has hybrid filters in, and I don't mind paying for this because I know I'm getting really good protection and this isn't going to irritate my skin. The sunscreen filters that are in this, however, they're not state-of-the-art hybrid filters, and yeah, I am paying a massive amount. It's about the same price as this one, but you get 50 mils in this one, not the 30 mils that this gives you. I do like using this product, but will I buy it again? No. I think there are better primers on the market, and there are definitely better SPFs on the market, so I'll stick with my ultraviolet and a different primer. Next favourite. Now, I'm holding up one specific eyeshadow palette, but the truth is I love all of the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palettes. They are expensive, but in my opinion, you get what you pay for. They are luxurious shadows, they are smooth, they are buttery, they are pigmented, they transfer onto the lid beautifully well. They're also beginner friendly because they just buff out so beautifully and into nothingness if that's the look that you require. I really don't have a bad word to say. I wish the mini palettes weren't like £42 each. I think that's extortionate. I would rather get less product and for her to bring the price down a little bit, but it is what it is. It's a luxury brand. You don't need every single palette because there are some not really duplicates of shades, but there are a lot of similarities in lots of different palettes, so you don't need to buy them all. This is my personal favorite because it is so universal, it is so wearable, and I am slightly boring when it comes to my eyeshadows. I don't like going way out there, out of my comfort zone. And this is just, I mean, anyone can wear these shades. They are the neutral shades. This is the Super Nudes Easy Eye Palette. I have this one on today so quick. I think I'd done my eye makeup within the space of 2 minutes, and that was both eyes. Because these are such good quality shadows, they're so easy to use, really quick. There are very few eyeshadow palette brands that I would rank above Charlotte Tilbury. It is definitely one thing that the brand does incredibly well. Moving on to another favourite, because I have more favourites in this video than failures. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and it is unbelievably good. It really is. How many times can I say that in one video? Have I said that a lot in this video? I think I have. Anyway, if you want your makeup to be bulletproof, you need this product in your life. This, and I think only one other setting spray that I have in my collection, will take my makeup from first thing in the morning all the way to the death of night. And I could have been dancing on tables. My feet might be killing, my body might be broken, but my face still looks the same as it did first thing in the morning. This does give a little bit of a sheen to the surface of the skin, so if you like your makeup to look matte all day, this may not be your thing, but it is so good. This also has a fragrance to it. I think they may have brought out one without a fragrance now. Did I dream that? I think I mentioned this in another video as well and said exactly the same thing, and I've not checked. It is so good. And this is the miniature version, I think. And look how much of it I've got left. You don't need a lot of this product for it to work. You don't need to douse your skin in it for it to have an effect. If you are a glasses wearer, if you apply a little bit of eyeshadow primer around the bridge of your nose where your makeup might lift as you remove and reapply your glasses throughout the day. Once you've got that laid down, spray a little bit of this over the top of it and then apply the rest of your makeup, and guaranteed your makeup will not lift around that nose area all day. You can thank me later. Okay, so this may not be a popular choice for a major fail, then I just don't think these products are worth it. And remember, this is my own personal opinion, this is not factual. However, I don't think any of the Charlotte Tilbury skincare line is worth the hype. There, I said it. I said it. Please don't come for me. Number one, the outrageous percentage claims that are written on the bottles of these products just wind me up internally to the point where I feel like I'm going to internally combust. Who does these trials? Who sets these percentages? I do not know. It just drives me insane. But a lot of the ingredients that are in these skincare products, although the skincare products might feel really nice on the skin, they may seem really luxurious, the ingredients that are in these products aren't, again, revolutionary, and they don't cost that much money. So the price that you're actually paying for the products seriously outweighs how much it cost to make in a lab. And I know that goes for all skincare in general, but let me take one thing for example. So the new skin oil, which is beautiful by the way, it's full of fragrance, but it's beautiful. It's basically made up of avocado oil, olive oil, and sunflower oil, and then a few essential oils on top. That's basically what you're getting from this oil, and you're spending £60 to get it. So here's where I'm coming from here. It's not masses of science and really expensive ingredients going into these products that bumps up the price. It's the brand that bumps up the price. You are paying for the packaging, you're paying for the luxury, and not necessarily for the ingredients that are actually going to seriously benefit the skin. So if you are a skincare nut like me, then I personally wouldn't be buying any Charlotte Tilbury skincare. However, if you're just applying the skincare to feel that luxuriousness that the Charlotte Tilbury brand wafts out to their audience, then go ahead. It's not going to do you any damage, but it's not going to do your skin masses of good either. That's my personal opinion. Did I say that already? Now, another thing I want to say is that the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Light Cream, I definitely don't think is worth the money. However, the one thing that I can sort of semi-get on board with, and the one product that I have used that I've thought, actually, that's really nice. I'm not saying this is worth the money, but the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream really does create that glow from within look. It's thick and emollient and really nourishing on the skin, and it just makes me feel nice. I don't have one that I've purchased, and I probably won't ever buy it, but I'm yet to find a dupe for it. I can find products that have similar ingredients, no problems. Like I said, the ingredients aren't anything special whatsoever. What I'm really struggling with is finding a product, a moisturizer, with a similar consistency as the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. And it's that consistency, that really richness, that thickness, that I would love to find a dupe for. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know and I will go straight out and try it. Although I'm not really a big fan of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream Light, I do quite like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, but it's highly overpriced. Let's finish this video off on a high. I think a lot of people will expect me to mention the Matte Revolution lipsticks. I'm not gonna. So that might surprise you a little bit. I do like the Matte Revolution lipsticks, but I do also think that Charlotte Tilbury do a much nicer, more wearable formula that feels nicer on the lips. This is the Hot Lips 2. And in my opinion, this is so much better than the Matte Revolution lipsticks. It leaves a satin sheen on the lip, it's really hydrating, it's really nourishing, it looks so expensive on. I have this on today and I just think it is super flattering, comes in so many different shades. It is on the pricey end. This one I think is £28, but yeah, I would pay it every day of the week. It's one of those really nourishing, hydrating lipsticks that lasts for a long time, even when I'm eating or drinking. Yes, I probably have to reapply it after eating, but drinking here and there, probably not. It also doesn't go funny on my lips. A lot of nourishing and hydrating lipsticks, I get a little line here and a line there where the product starts to separate from the skin on my lips. And I hate that. That is just so unflattering, and products like that make me very uneasy and anxious because I don't feel like I can wear them out and about without having to look in a mirror constantly to check that my lips still look okay. This is one of those products that's really hydrating and nourishing and stays true, stays where you put it on the lips. So I adore it. So if you are going for a lipstick for Charlotte Tilbury, if you're wanting to branch out a little bit, if you've never tried anything from Charlotte Tilbury before, I love the hot lips too. By the way, the shade that I have on my lips today is Angel Alessandra, and I think it is just so flattering. It has a slight warm undertone to it, but it's still that neutral nude shade that I just think is so wearable. So that's it for this video. I really hope you found it helpful. Do let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Also, have your say. What are your favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury? And what are the products that you've tried that you thought were the biggest waste of money ever? What are those products that were super expensive that you would buy time and time and time again, and you feel like they are definitely worth the hype? Don't forget to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell, and hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.